Dangerously cold isn't about temperature. It's not about emotionless detachment or some Hollywood tough guy act. It's about building a mind so sharp, so untouchable, so damn focused that nothing, and I mean nothing, gets in. Pain doesn't register the same way. Discomfort becomes normal. Doubt dies before it even forms. Being dangerously cold means you don't react like everyone else. You don't need permission to suffer. You expect it. You invite it. While others panic, you think. While they break, you adapt. When they seek comfort, you seek edge. It's the kind of mind set forged through war, not war with the world, but war with yourself. People talk about being mentally tough, but most don't understand what it really means. They think it's just pushing through a hard workout or finishing a project under pressure. That's entry level. I'm talking about forging a level of discipline where you become the calm in chaos, the order in disorder, the predator in a room full of prey. You don't just survive, you dominate, you execute, you calculate. That's what it means to be dangerously cold. You are so locked in, so hardened, so damn prepared that failure doesn't stand a chance. Not because you're arrogant, but because you refuse to let weakness live inside you. You've killed it already. You've buried it in the hours no one saw, in the work no one praised, in the pain no one would dare endure. This mindset isn't born in comfort. It's not built on inspiration. It's forged in silence, in solitude, in those moments when the world says rest, and you say again, when your body screams to quit, but your mind is colder than that scream. You don't negotiate. You don't even speak. You just move. You just keep going. That's the kind of cold I'm talking about. It's not pretty. It's not inspirational. It's surgical. It's relentless. You don't get there by watching motivational videos. You get there by showing up on the days you don't want to. You get there by doing the work when no one's watching. You get there by deciding that your feelings don't matter, only results do. The average person avoids discomfort. The cold one walks straight into it. Not recklessly, but deliberately, with purpose, with clarity. Cold doesn't mean emotionless, it means in control. It means no wasted energy, no panic, no drama, just action. Just discipline, just execution. Cold minds win because they aren't swayed by noise. They don't get caught up in distraction. They aren't chasing highs. They're grounded, brutally honest, hyper-aware, focused on the mission, not the mood. Cold is the switch you flip when everyone else checks out. When others hit the snooze button, cold mind hits the floor. When the world says take it easy, the cold mind says not yet. And while the warm fade into comfort and irrelevance, the cold rise quietly, calculated, and unstoppable. 16 minutes. That's all it takes to change the entire rhythm of your life. People spend years looking for a breakthrough, waiting for motivation, praying for the perfect moment to come. But they waste decades because they don't understand what can happen when you go all in, even for a short burst of focused pain. 16 minutes isn't just a number. It's a war zone. It's where comfort dies and the real you shows up. If you do it right, 16 minutes can break 16 years of soft habits, weak thinking, and self-pity. Every second becomes a confrontation with the truth. No filters, no hiding, just you, your limits, and the decision to go past them. You've been dragging your feet through life with half effort, half focus, and half belief. You wait for a sign, but the truth is, you've already had thousands. Every missed opportunity, every failed promise to yourself, every time you hit snooze or skipped the hard thing, that was the sign. And now you get 16 minutes. Not for glory, not for Instagram, but for the part of you that's sick of your own excuses. The part of you that wants to stop pretending and start becoming. This isn't about doing some fancy workout or performing for a crowd. This is about walking into pain on purpose. You turn the clock on, and you give everything. No breaks, no water, no music to distract you, just raw effort, just pure intention. Most people have never truly gone all in on anything. They live in the middle, safe, unsure, soft. 16 minutes of pure fire will show you exactly who you are. You either rise or you collapse. You either push or you fold. And that decision will reveal more about your character than a lifetime of talk ever could. It's easy to work hard when you feel good. It's easy to be disciplined when you're motivated. But can you lock in when everything inside you is begging to stop? Can you silence the voice that says, "I've done enough," and replace it with one that says, "Not even close"? 16 minutes gives you that test. And here's the catch: it's not even about the time. It's about the standard. If you bring everything for 16 minutes, what's stopping you from doing it again and again? That's the real shift. You stop measuring effort by how you feel and start measuring it by what's possible. You stop treating pain like a punishment and start treating it like a doorway. There's a reason most people never change. They wait for life to get easier, but it doesn't. You just get stronger, and strength comes from doing the things you don't want to do, longer than you thought you could, at a level that most wouldn't dare touch. In 16 minutes, you can learn more about yourself than most people do in a year. You can rewire your standards. You can kill the weak voice. You can stop being the version of you that talks and become the one that acts. Calculated ruthlessness isn't chaos. It's not rage. It's not mindless aggression. It's precision. It's strategy with teeth. It's knowing exactly what needs to be done and then doing it without hesitation, without apology, and without needing a round of applause. Most people don't understand this mindset because they've been taught to be liked, to be accepted, to keep everything balanced and nice. But when you're trying to break limits, to rise from mediocrity, to kill the version of you that's been dragging through life on autopilot, being nice doesn't work. Being polite to your excuses doesn't work. Being diplomatic with your weaknesses doesn't work. You have to be cold, not reckless, cold. And that's where calculated ruthlessness comes in. It's the ability to look at your life with brutal honesty and cut away anything that doesn't serve the mission, whether it's people, habits, thoughts, or emotions. If it's not building you, it's breaking you. There's no gray area. Ruthlessness isn't cruelty, it's clarity. It's saying, this thought is soft, so it dies. This habit is weak, so it goes. This version of me is lazy, so I bury it. You don't negotiate with the enemy when the enemy is inside your own mind. You eliminate it. Clean, surgical, efficient. The Machiavellian edge isn't about being evil, it's about being willing to do what others won't. It's about playing the long game with short-term discipline. It's about seeing 10 moves ahead when everyone else is distracted by the first one. While most people live emotionally, reacting to every little thing, the cold mind calculates, it studies, it strikes with purpose. No wasted energy, no impulsive moves, just intention backed by force. Calculated ruthlessness means you're not swayed by guilt when it's time to level up. You don't let comfort seduce you. You don't let fear delay you. You don't let opinions weaken you. You don't explain your grind. You execute it. People might not understand it. They'll call you cold, distant, harsh. Let them. That's how you know you're on the right path. The stronger your boundaries get, the more people will try to test them. But that's where you show your edge. You don't budge. You don't lower your standards to fit anyone's expectations. You raise them until they break or rise with you. This mindset requires one thing: a complete rejection of emotional dependency. You don't need praise. You don't need understanding. You don't need motivation. You've replaced all of that with discipline, control, and calculation. You become the one who moves in silence, sharpens in private, and strikes with results. No warning, no hype, just cold, consistent execution. The soft world won't teach you this. The average mindset will reject this. But if you want to step into that next level, you can't operate like they do. You can't think like they do. You can't feel like they do. You have to build a mentality that's stripped of weakness and shaped by will. That's what calculated ruthlessness looks like. The world doesn't want you strong. It doesn't want you sharp. It doesn't want you dangerous. It wants you soft, comfortable, and obedient. From the moment you open your eyes, everything around you is engineered to make you passive. Easy entertainment, fast food, endless distractions, fake rewards. You're told to relax. You're told to take breaks. You're told to avoid stress, avoid struggle, avoid pressure. And if you keep listening, you fall right into the trap. You become manageable, predictable, controlled. They don't want you building calluses on your mind. They don't want you waking up early, saying no to comfort, pushing beyond pain, because the moment you do, you become a problem. You become someone they can't manipulate, someone who doesn't break when life gets hard, someone who doesn't crumble under pressure. That kind of person is rare. That kind of person is dangerous. You look around and see people getting rewarded for being average, for doing the bare minimum, for quitting when it gets hard and blaming everything except themselves. They get applauded. They get validated. They get likes and comments telling them it's okay, but it's not okay. Not if you want more. Not if you're aiming for something higher than survival. The world gives you comfort to keep you quiet. It gives you quick wins to keep you dependent. You think you're free, but you're being sedated. And every time you chase comfort, you reinforce the cage. Every time you choose the easy path, you weaken the edge. The same edge that was meant to cut through the lies, the noise, the softness they injected into your system. This isn't about rebelling for the sake of rebellion. This is about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing pain over pleasure, discipline over ease, truth over delusion. It's about refusing to be another number in the system, another passive consumer, another voice repeating what it's told. The ones who build something real in this world, the ones who break limits and set new standards, are the ones who go against everything the world tells them to do. When the world says slow down, they speed up. When the world says quit, they push harder. When the world says be realistic, they go beyond, not because it's fun, not because it's easy, but because they know what's at stake. Because they know that staying soft means staying stuck, and they're not okay with that. Every time you resist the pull of comfort, you're taking your power back. Every time you train when you're tired, work when you're unmotivated, keep going when you're broken, you're rejecting the system that was built to keep you tame, and the more you do it, the colder you get. Not colder in your heart, colder in your focus, colder in your standards, colder in your commitment to the mission. You stop needing validation. You stop needing support. You stop needing anyone to understand because you understand yourself. You don't move for applause. You move for war. This isn't motivation. This is a challenge. Motivation fades. It's a spark that feels good in the moment but disappears the second pain shows up. People chase motivation like it's some magical drug, thinking one more video, one more quote, one more hype song is going to fix their broken discipline. It won't. You don't need more hype. You need more grit. You need more reps in the dark, more hours in the pain zone, more work when no one's clapping for you. Because the work you avoid is the exact work that makes you unbreakable. This isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you feel like hell, especially when you feel like hell. You get tested when you're tired, when you're sore, when you're stressed, when every excuse has a voice and every part of your body is begging to stop. That's the real arena. That's where transformation happens. Not in your comfort zone, not when you're winning, but when you're in the trench and everything in you says back down, and you don't. That's where separation begins. Not everyone is willing to go there, and that's point. That's what makes the few who do so dangerous, because they don't care about feelings, they care about results. They don't rely on energy, they rely on execution. They don't seek comfort, they seek growth through suffering. This isn't about being angry or extreme. It's about building a mind that doesn't flinch when life throws punches, a mind that shows up regardless, a mind that's trained to lead, not follow. You don't get that from being pumped up. You get that from suffering with intention, from pushing past limits until those limits stop existing, from staying locked in when most people would have tapped out long ago. Pain becomes your signal, resistance becomes your compass. The harder it gets, the more it confirms you're exactly where you need to be. That's not motivation, that's identity. That's who you are when everything gets stripped away. People want shortcuts. They want ease, they want the transformation without the sacrifice. But it doesn't work that way. You want to be the one who's respected, feared, unshaken. You earn that in the moments when no one is watching, in the reps no one counts, in the discipline no one celebrates. You learn how to become your own weapon, cold, relentless, not because of motivation, but because you made a decision and you stuck to it when it sucked, when it hurt, when your old self tried to claw its way back in and you slammed the door on it. That's how you separate yourself from the herd. You either take the challenge or you step aside. You either face the voice that's been lying to you or you keep living beneath it. This isn't about hype, it's about confrontation. You vs you, no filters, no comfort, no escape. The question isn't whether you're motivated enough to start. The question is whether you're committed enough to finish. You've been given the truth, not sugar-coated, not filtered, not made to feel good. 16 minutes. That's all it takes to flip the switch and become someone the world can't break, can't bend, can't mold. This isn't about hype or hope. It's about making a choice to suffer on purpose, to think like a weapon, to reject comfort, and to rise cold, calculated, and unshakable. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You don't need more time. You need a mirror, a clock, and the courage to go all in. The old you is standing in the way. It's time to bury it. Get cold, stay cold. Become the one they never saw coming.